Hey, share this. Oh man, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Like a video, share a video. Um, here we go. Listen, y'all. So I'm pretty much here for this one because man, I'm just being honest. Like, how do how else can? Cause I got a few videos. You know what I'm saying? That you know. I just wonder, like, did I literally say or walking through? You know, I'm just keeping it honest. Like, here we go. We actually sit down. I mean, look, I don't, I don't want to cheat y'all. I don't want to cheat y'all out of this. Let me go get to my computer. Mm-hmm. Well, I want to do this video, and I'll do it for the avatar thing.
All right. So, yeah, that's dying. I gotta go church. So, what's going on? Is that a picture? Oh, that's a cup. Ain't that in my shot? I wanted to talk with you guys on something that I was trying to understand. This space is, I guess, M2 space, you know, space where men can feel safe to feel yearning, being able to speak their mind, their woes, where they feel hurt, where they feel safe, where they feel that they can complain and bitch and moan and all that good shit. And I have to ask the question: did it make y'all better men? Did it produce better men? You know, I think that's a really big issue that, when we talk or look at this space, and I have to wonder after a while, man, you have to wonder, like, did this space actually produce better men? What kind of sons did it produce? Men that are yearning to compete, men that for the almighty dollar, predatory men, weak men, bitter men. I call this is the him too space, him too. You know what I'm saying? Like every man somehow here, it's him too, him too, and him too. Don't worry, I'll do the hashtag soon enough. I'll probably be the one to push for it. But these men, they've been hurt, scarred, damaged, raped by society, whatever it is that it is. They something has happened to them. It's almost like every man in this space has had some type of art with God himself, and they all been fucked in the ass. I've seen it where they can do whole panels of 8 to 9 to 10 almost hours talking about one woman that don't even know the fuck if they even exist. It's been to talk about child support, and a lot of people say, "Why are y'all complaining? Why are y'all complaining? Like, leave them alone." And I said, "Okay, I got you. I got you. Leave them alone. They, they want acceptance." So, if the men want acceptance, take off my mic. If the men want acceptance, they want a safe space to where they can be naked and free. And I asked, like, what did it produce? What kind of children did it bring out? What kind of men? They said, we here. We're going to go mainstream. Mainstream. And what are going to talk about? Are y'all going to go march? Are y'all going to put on black, like hats and shit? Like the women do, like for Me Too, put on, the women have their pink pussy hats. So the men gonna do something like a penis hat, or like saying how, like, what is the contingency? Is it about traveling? That's a big one. They like, they like to travel. Men want to travel. They want a place where they can go find a woman that will accept and cooperate with them. I watch it online. See it all the time. Motherfuckers talk about, well, these women, they're out to get us. They're out to get you. What they gonna do? So you want a safe space where you can be free, and the women can't get you. Fair enough. I agree. Welcome to Him Too 2022, where you're here to be built to be better men. Where y'all can now, a boy can become a man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get y'all red pill, pop your pills, take y'all pills and learn your truth on how to deal with women. Hmm? You even have some female instructors, some women instructors that teach you about the lies of women here. You know what I'm saying? And how black women or all women can get you. Like I said, this is a safe space, a nurturing space, a space where we're raising baby men to be men. You know what I'm saying? Find your niche. I never seen so many six-figure multi-millionaire men in my life. I didn't know where the hell all these black multi-millionaire men come from. Every man here does tech. You would think shout out to my boy Citizen Lou and keep it teching and G Lowry. And you got Sub-Zero. And also Black Professor. Gold Professor. And Black Heights. You would think those black channels would be more flourishing of black men in tech. The way I hear always these men talk about cybersecurity. Shout out to Mike V. All the men here talk about conservatism. I like talking about conservatives. But then on the turn of a dime, none of them have a family. How y'all like talking about conservatism so much? But then y'all worried about the system. But you won't make your own system. Make that make sense. I'm in a space. I now understand I joined him too. The manosphere is him too. When they made Me Too, I found out this space is him too. This is a space for men who have been depraved and predatorily assaulted by the system, by the gynocracy, by some woman in Walmart self-checkout line. This is the space where you can find a daddy online. This is a space where you can you find a way to go get a passport and watch another man walk the streets and speak Spanish. I have a question. Why is the majority of all these dudes that I see talking are a majority like old dudes like way past their prime? I hear a lot of men talking about the traditional family and it's all dead and gone, but none of these motherfuckers got families. None of them got families. None of them showing any tangibles. They worry more about ratchets and thoughts. The greatest win that they had was in talking to women that are IG models. Have y'all noticed, as much as this space talks about men in authority, I have yet seen them interview one family man in a household of authority. That shit don't exist out here, man. I used to think it as a diss when they used to call me jawline. But now I understand that's a blessing. This is a safe space for men, named black men, to come and talk about the woes of the woman. Let me see if I can go pull up what they say on. Let me show y'all what they. Let me see if I can go find what they say on Facebook. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. What these dudes say on Facebook, it be the wildest shit. I kid you not, it be the wildest shit you can ever see, man. Like there has to be some type of mental ailment going on. Like these dudes will ask weird ass questions of women on social media. You know what I'm saying? Can I find it? I'm gonna see if I can find it. This shit's wild, man. Like when and see the thing about it is, I guess we're trying to produce a space. I guess they try to make a space to where men can be men. So I had to ask. So I started to wonder if you couldn't be a man in the real world, what does that say about you? But then we know that what will follow up is the white man is the reason why I'm being inhibited from being a man. I can't make this shit up, man. Like I literally, let me see. Can I pull up a lot of their video? The hottest videos here are about men finding their purpose, uh, pretty much child support, hoes are winning. Mm-hmm. Talking about putting men onto game. Hmm. About strags. Strags is a word. I'm starting to learn to use the word strag. I think that's making me cool. This is pretty much what this is pretty much what a lot of these dudes talk about. I don't even know, like, at some point, I don't even know how the fuck you entertain. I don't even know how you interpret this shit. And no matter what you say or what you do, we're starting to understand there's never going to be an end game to these men. There's never going to be an end game. I never seen so many fucking problems. And see, I don't know honestly how to interpret it, but I do now. I joined him too. The black, well, really the men's movement. I joined him too. I don't know, man. This is a space never to see men get better. It's like when a doctor puts you on an opioid drug. You're gonna be taking that shit for fucking ever, bro. Unless you learn how to properly wean yourself off that kind of medication. I can't make this shit up. Majority of the shows or talking points in these spaces are about pussy. How to get pussy, how to deal with pussy, what happens when pussy hurts you. Uh Pretty much dealing with goddamn if pussy send you to jail. Pussy, 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 pussy. You got old men on here talking about other men's penises. That's a thing now. Men on here talking about other men's penises, and they need a safe space where they can go deal with the system because it's out to get them and shit. I don't know. I thought this was a space for men that were trying to actually probably network. I'm now looking at dispatch, like trying to do this, get my dispatch certificate and get my CDL. You think there was any men sitting down talking about CDL permits and going over that shit here? Nah. There's no real men stuff shit in this space. There really isn't. Unless you want to talk about entertainment. These men like to be entertained. You have nice titties. I guess it's entertainment. Women with children, not welcome. But the majority of dudes in this space have women that they have with kids. But they say women with children are odd or a plight or a blight to society. Okay. So we now know your baby mothers are a problem to society for the most part. A lot of y'all baby mamas. From what y'all are saying. But what does that make you? If you put a baby out there in society, well, that not mean you added to the fucking problem also. Should we have gotten your baby aborted or no? I was told that the women were making y'all men or forcing y'all hand. Okay, I'll give you that. You want to say that. But I really don't know who the fuck these women be until I hear their names. Hell, I don't even know who these dudes be, man. Every man here drives a Mercedes 2022 or some kind of shit. But then when you start looking at their backgrounds or, you start looking at their stuff, it look like some shit like, it ain't no IKEA furniture or no shit. It look like stuff you would see at like, damn, like, I don't know, like Goodwill or some shit, or fucking got some Thrifty Joe's or some shit, or they still in their mama's goddamn house. But I'm like, nigga, how you talking about this a fucking win? When the last time you been to Rooms to Go? Look at the clothes I wear or the piece of jewelry I got on. I said, damn, this is what niggas do. I said this literally has become a space. This is why I said this is him too. This is the space for men to come where you can say him too, him too, and him too, and him too, him too, him too, him too. Got a lot of victims here. This is the victim space. Not a real network space, not a building space. This is a victim space. And then come here to do, I don't know what the fuck. Show me what y'all do at work. How y'all interact with everyday people. Now we can't see that because then that would reveal. See, like people say, well, watch out, BMT, you might dox yourself. Dude, I only know a few men that actually can actually cam up their lifestyle because that's who we are. We can show our shit. Because what we do that's what makes us men. Showed y'all me working on properties or flipping a house. I said, bros, y'all might want to get on the train, the money train. Shout out to Mary Brown. Now he's flipping houses. What about getting into like private security? Y'all said the police are shooting y'all. Get into private security. Go learn how to shoot. Go get proper Kevlar and body armor. Nope. How about lobbying? If you lobby, you can go fight and deal with your local laws in your area. No, we can't do that. The system is set up against us. Liberals are running the system. The board, go to your local board. Start there. We can't do that. I'm like, okay. After a while, you just start talking. You just stop talking. Just stop trying to fuck with them. Because no matter what, they're never going to actually do anything. I noticed on the holidays, a lot of men huddled around each other. Do I really? Oh, you like Volvo? Nah, I don't got a safe space. This is your safe space too, Trey. Trey. This is where you feel safe. Here. Social media, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is your safe space. My safe space is, y'all notice on my channels, I change up my space. Do y'all not notice that? Do y'all not know? If you really watch my channel, you notice the background of BMT space, it changes. Because as time went on, I progressed forward in doing things in my life. I kept making more and more and more moves. I kept building more and more. I kept adding on. I kept making more business ventures. I never got complacent with just staying in one area. I don't know why. Like I talked about, hey y'all, why don't y'all go to local government? Why don't y'all go invest in private schools? Why don't y'all do this? You know what? Nah. I learned now this is not the space to build with men. You can't build with people that never built anything really, amongst other men. They probably had things built for them or done for them, but they never did anything for society as a whole. A good and I'm saying that a good predominant portion of this space, these black men are never going to ever do anything. I'm very realistic about that. They might start a website, sell some t-shirts, cologne, a book or two, pamphlet, drop a CD, rap, tap dance. You know, bring a woman on here so that they get pussy. But as far as you see them doing something tangible, like that actually ripples and impacts society. Like I teach kids how to box. But while I'm also teaching them how to box, I'm actually educating them, teaching them, talking to them, make sure they get their schoolwork done. I like doing that. One, I'm teaching them confidence. Two, I'm teaching them how to stand up. Three, I make sure that they get their schoolwork done. There's nothing better than having a man over kids, educating them, making sure that they're getting their schoolwork done. See right here? Hang on, let me show you. One of my little students. Before the kids start, I got them doing worksheets, learning how to tell time. We do this for grades 1, 2, 3, 4. We got all kind of kids coming through. See, I know some of y'all men probably ain't never even help your kid with homework. It's okay. I don't blame you. Your daddy or your mommy probably never helped y'all. But this is what I do. I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I actually educate people or your children, because I know some of y'all will never ever teach your kids shit. But I actually take pride that when the kids come here, you know, if y'all ever want to, you know, help your kids with schoolwork, they got a program. It's free. It's called K5 Learning. Depending on what grade your kid is in, you know, some people's children ain't even past the 5th grade level, but you can go get worksheets, free books, all that good shit. See, I actually do tangible shit with my children and other children. But I understand in these type of spaces, a man doing things with children, that's a cleanup man. See, that's something that's very curious. You got to start wondering, men that talk about power but have a problem with men teaching other kids and empowering them. That's uncool in this space. However, you want people to listen to you, follow you, cash app and donate you, and listen to you for hours on end. But y'all don't teach, but then y'all complain about society. I mean, literally on my printer, I've been, I don't know, man. But I understand here. This is him too. This is victimology 101 for a lot of men. So it was never about actually empowering and self-building yourself and being that force around you to impact other people. This was never a space to actually make men men. You know what I'm saying? The Geppettos never wanted a boy to become a man. That here. But if a boy, see, when you start going from a boy to becoming a man, you start seeing the bullshit that a lot of people were saying. You know, after a while, you start seeing Santa Claus ain't real. After a while, you start seeing a lot of you all full of shit. I don't know. At this point, I understand this is him too. Y'all can't prove me where I'm wrong on what I'm saying or what I'm talking about. You haven't. And I know y'all was like, well, black people. Oh, we got those two people here too. But I'm like, well, what the fuck are you? But you're one of them, technically. To be fair, a lot of these dudes are the same ones that have yet shown any work. What's up, bro?
Hey, man, what's happening, man? I got your link and everything. I saw the title, so I just wanted to come chop it up with you while I'm on a little break right now between clients. So what's up?
Is it me?
Can you hear me?
Now, I have a question, man. Like yeah, I can hear you. So
go ahead.
We have this space called pretty much whatever these spaces are called.
Okay.
The question I want to ask is this a space where men are being built, or is this a space for men to moan, squawk, complain? I call this him too. Hashtag him too. Like I never seen so much victim men shit in my life. Or am I over assessing this area? Like if I'm overshooting this area, what's your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is that, and you've heard me say this many times, there's a lot of trauma bonding. There's a lot of echo chambering going on. There's a lot of people complaining and to a severe level of redundancy about the same issues over and over and over. and no one is providing solutions to anything, and nobody's actually saying things that's going to actually translate to anything positive or productive in real life. So as far as building men, no. We have examples of people being the direct opposite of that. So if the space was about building better men, then building better men would be the conversation. But as you know, it ain't about building better men. It's about, this female is the problem of everything. So I mean, that's not the business of what the space is doing. If we were talking about building better men, then everybody should have channels about developing young boys into young men, and therefore taking that journey to evolve into whatever over time. And that's not what's done. That's simply not what's being done. I mean, people are concerned about a reality star's relationship. They concerned about who and the IG model said this, and who's simping, and stuff like that. So how is that building? You know what I'm saying? So when you use there's a safe place for Squak and Moaning, this is basically that's what's being done. I mean, and even let's just say we focused on promoting better relationships, which is what we do, particularly me and you, being one of the few married men and so forth. Even with promoting real relationships with proper dynamics between black men and black women, that's not even done. And to me, I could even understand if that was the case. Their definition of relationship consists of you immediately submitting to me without prior knowledge of nothing that you can provide that would substantiate a woman wanting to submit to you in the first place. And that you should do as I say, do whatever else, and you're not allowed to progress. It's a power dynamic. That's what's discussed. It has nothing to do with all of the different aspects of a functional relationship. So, and even when we talk about relationships, we're not even focusing on that. And the thing about it, you talk about them moaning and complaining when there are people like myself and you who provide some sense of solutions and pushback or just another way of looking at things. You get all these disparaging remarks and roasting, and that's the response. When somebody wants to think logically about things and something provides something different, then you're seeing a negative light.
Now, here's the thing about it, and this is one pushback.
Yeah,
I think
go ahead.
as far as them talk about relationships, that's one of the biggest talking points in this space. Pussy, 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 pussy. How to get
all
pussy,
the time.
how to get pussy to submit, how pussy got them at court. Watch out for that pussy. Strag pussy, single mother pussy. Not hit the wall pussy, hit the wall pussy. God damn it. I mean, every other goddamn topic. I would honestly want to say over 80% of the conversations want to have something to do with pussy. Now, if I'm wrong,
right?
Y'all can let me know. But that's probably how a majority of the top tier people in this space have made their dollar, was talking about pussy.
Well, you have to understand that when you're speaking to the inadequacies of a certain group of men, which is an underlining subconscious thirst for relationships and for sex, and there's a lack of you actually obtaining that, that is something that's an underlining issue that they want to obtain. So they're only feeding to the weaknesses of the of their constituency, the viewers, the supporters. A lot of them have issues with these particular things you just talked about. So why not speak to those things? They want to hear, how can I actually obtain these things that I can't get, that I have difficulty getting and maintaining? So
Now the thing about it is, why, if they say this particular type of, it's like a dope problem. I never seen people. Well, I'm watching it real time.
right.
I think me and you've been here since like 2.0. We've been here for like over 5-6 years.
Yeah, I've been there
No.
for almost 6-7 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been here
We've
a
been
while.
around. I think around. Yeah, I know. So we got our time in. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, honestly, you can't debunk my talking point. I've been here too fucking long watching y'all. I ain't just watch y'all. I was building here with y'all. And in my time in building, now here's the thing I would ask. How is it a lot of these dudes talk about the family home, but either A, tell other men don't get into the family business, right? Or
Right.
B, I'm just showing these are the contradictory talking points, even from the conservative dudes. They talk about the family, but a lot of them aren't even running a family.
Nope.
Or they'll say don't get involved with a family, or don't get involved with a woman from your diatribe because that is contrary to your destruction. But majority of the conversations, they're saying the family's destroyed, but I don't see no productivity of building towards that. How does that make any sense in the moaning section? There's no family or no tradition. But I don't see none of these motherfuckers producing.
Yeah. You mean this thing about, I don't see, like, I have tradition. Plenty of men I know have tradition and follow certain things. I'm trying to figure out what world they in. Like, you're just coming up here just to say negative stuff. Oh, it's no black community. Okay, but what is it then? Just people just living in a certain area, just coexisting. Like, just that's a lot of rhetoric that just put out there that it's emotional, evoking, and so forth, and it doesn't make any sense.
If that's the case, now here's the contrarian issue. And I have to understand about the squawkers. And I'm gonna get to y'all. There's a lot of 6-figure men. I don't know where the fuck all these 6-figure men are coming from. But I no man, like I don't know where, like everybody, it seemed like I never seen so much 6-figure men making over 50 to 60 to 80,000 in my life. Like, where the fuck are all y'all coming from, man? All these dudes are making like high octane money and crypto bit currency and all this shit. But they're
with
all
no receipts.
Oh my god. I have yet seen not one plausible receipt yet.
Yeah, no receipts.
Now, how does that work? How does that work? I see a lot. I see them talk about Struggleville. They like talking about, and the women too. They got women of the coalition. They talk a lot about Struggleville, but all the men here are like high octane game, sex vice, running life and shit. What the fuck? Where's all these 6-figure men coming from?
It's a good question. That is an X.
I don't know, man. Like I've seen what you do. You've seen what I do.
Right.
But we're the, and we one day we will do the Jawline Coalition. But it seems like all the brothers who are the Jawline Coalition, shout out to D, shout out to me, shout out to G Lowry, shout out to Zup, all the brothers who are producing, We're of the Jawline Coalition. We've already been expelled from the academy. We've been expelled from the academy. I don't give a fuck. I ask those of y'all who are still in school in session, I need to start seeing y'all transcripts.
Yeah, instead of telling people what their degrees ain't worth.
I need to understand that, man. Like, hold up. The main talk is about the family, but I don't see none of these Negroes producing or running or developing the family model. Why? But now they do have a daddy. They do have a few fathers here. There's a few fathers here. Why is the biggest talk here about why is the biggest talk here about child support or traveling? Why are those the biggest talks? What's your thoughts about that, Darrell?
The reason why it's about, I guess, repatriating and traveling, and what was the other thing you said?
Child support.
Child support. Okay.
That's
now,
they got
now, listen. In regards to the child support. Now, I'm gonna say this: when we first entered into the space, remember that was a prominent topic, right? Now, in my opinion, of all the things that are discussed, the child support thing is real. Now, I don't agree with the constantly blaming, because there's a lot more that goes to that. That's one of the few things that I think that I've actually heard where there were people that actually gave black men positive information that could have helped them in that situation. But as a caveat to that, you got certain people who now want to create. They use the child support situation as a mist of creating financial abortion and all this other crazy ass shit that comes out of trying to fight against that. But you also looking at the fact that there are a lot of men who in this space who are victim to the child support system. But see, they're not telling the whole story. They want us to believe that it was mere fact of them wanting to be there with the child and do all these different things, when it's probably in reality, when you hear the other person's side of the story, it probably will come out quite differently. So, and one of the reasons why the child support issue is talked about so much, because there are a lot of guys who didn't offer marriage or want to be in a stable relationship with the female that put them on child support.
I think he's switching over to his car. Now,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can see you now.
Okay.
I know you're switching over to
okay.
your car.
Yeah, okay, my bad. It's not no situation where everybody was this upstanding person and all of a sudden you just got put on child support. No.
But see,
child
now,
support.
Bro, bro, I want to say this. What are the odds about, now this is the thing about it. I get it. Yes, the child support system as well as the abortion system. Yes, I get it. There's some pretty fucked up shit about it. However, what are the odds that 3,000 men have the same child support payment? 3,000 men have the same issue. 3,000 men. Like, there's no fucking way.
Facts.
Now, there's no way all of y'all have the same fucking issue, bro. There's no way.
Right?
You're going to have... No.
Right? And then, and I agree. Now, when it comes to the travel thing, man, because I got into it with, as you know, I got into it with SYSBM over the travel stuff and the Passport Brothers. And to me, this whole thing is that I'm going to go to another country that has a lower standard of economics, lower standards economically, socially, financially, poor infrastructure, and I'm going to floss average American status to them and make myself appear greater than what I really am. It speaks to the ego of those that want to be at a certain level, but in reality they have never gotten there. So I'm going to go to Brazil, where the women are used to being with men that make maybe $8,000 a month. I mean $8,000 a month, $800 a month. I'm excuse me on that, $800 a month, and then I'm gonna deal with an American that makes $4,000 a month. That's a difference. So I got this money. I'm gonna go and floss. I'm an American. They already have this mindset that all Americans are rich because of the standard of you know, their the standard of where they're living is different. And I'm gonna make myself appear more valuable than what I really am. Again, that speaks to more failure. Just like the failure of the issue that led to you being on child support, the same thing equally relates to not being of a certain status in the States. So then now you're getting women who are poor, uneducated, have a different standard of what they're supposed to do in a relationship, which is different from what you would get in America. I can manipulate with the little coins I have because in her mind she thinks you're richer than what you really are. And so I can control. It all goes back to controlling a female, dictating to a female, and using that female as a tool of his own, whatever he wants to use her as, sexually, whatever, socially, whatever. Do it. You're basically controlling and manipulating somebody's life. These women that they're getting, these are not high value women, even in their own culture. They're not.
Now, this is something that's very, very scary. What is the infatuation with control? What is this infatuation? Because that's a dangerous slope, bro.
Right?
Like somebody who always wanted control, or like of a human, like, and I'm just speaking from experience. Listen, y'all, there's no way you can 100% control somebody. Like
Right?
it's hard, and there's something psychologically wrong going on in that relationship. Like part of
Right?
a plausible relationship is having or being with somebody where you got your thoughts, she has hers, and y'all are building from there.
Yeah,
But
but see, you're saying the
go
key
ahead.
thing, building. You see, what you're speaking as a logical person who understands the dynamic of a relationship. But you gotta understand, you're looking at a person that never had a long-term relationship, never been married, constantly was told no, chose over. You know what I'm saying? They had all these bad and negative experiences. They don't understand that, BMT. See, you're speaking like a logical person. There's no logic when it comes to that.
Now I'm reading. Okay, so one person says this. Shout out to y'all comments. I'm just reading y'all comments. What's crazy is that the domestic violence rate are extremely high in those countries, especially Thailand. It's almost 70% of the domestic violence rate. Thank you for that comment. One person reads, I don't know about that. Would you say that the Saudi prince on the lowest end of the rug that comes to America and leverages his status on average U.S. women?
Okay, now go ahead. I'm gonna let you get a crack because I definitely want to respond to that. But
Okay,
go ahead. You can go ahead,
okay.
Zephyr.
So my response is this. All right, so we like to use people that are not in first world conditions, where people have civil and human rights. Okay, you're using a Saudi prince, versus you and I dealing with people on our level of existence of you got rights, I got rights, consensual and all that other shit. When we're talking about coming over here, listen, I mean, unless he's throwing a bunch of money, you have to question what kind of woman is he dealing with if he's using money. Because him coming over and saying I'm a prince ain't shit. You got dudes who have money that get ran over by
Facts.
women all the time. So
Facts.
it kind of doesn't really work. Just the same way as women are paying for men or paying the ass to keep homosexual men around. So the Saudi prince, he kind of loses that leverage of power in America when he's dealing with a capable woman. Now that's a big issue.
Especially
This
with women that are used to dealing with high level men. He don't have no. They're not going to be impressed. I mean, some of them, yeah, they'll know he got all his money, but they used to dealing with men with money, so that's not going to change. Look what happened to Janet Jackson and that Arab guy.
Mm.
Look what ask him about his money. He dealt with Janet Jackson and she basically finessed him out of $500 billion. I mean $500 million. So stop.
and came right
No,
back here and came right
fact.
back to the US. I think, see, now that right there, I don't hear a lot of men talk about. Men talk about building, or they want a woman to actually grow with. Now, that's the question. Is this a space that wants a strong woman or a weak woman? And what I mean by a strong woman, in today's world, you gotta have some type of mental fortitude when it comes to life, family, social structures, economic structures. You gotta have certain kind of conditions. I have to ask the men, is this a space where the weak want to control weak, or that they want to have people that are strong? I don't know. I'm asking because maybe D Row can tell me. And y'all men, if y'all want to ask or talk to me about it, or D Row, respectfully,
Yeah.
do y'all want weak women? What kind of women do y'all want? What's your thoughts on that, D Row? Because what kind of women are they shooting for in these type of spaces?
Barbecue. What they want to me, BMT, is they don't want independent minded women. And I'm not saying independent in regards to I don't need no man type of thing. What they want are psychologically weak women who are going to basically um, um, follow whatever they do, good or bad, whether it's a detriment to them or not. They don't want critical thinking women. They don't want women with skills. It's obviously now they don't want women with education. They just basically want women who are going to basically be feeble-minded and blindly follow whatever they're doing with no pushback. And unfortunately, that is not typical of any relationship in this country or within the Western world. Uh, and it's unrealistic. And the bottom line is that most men of real means and so forth actually want women who have intelligence, who have some level of education and skill, who actually can manage things, who actually have good ideas that can complement whatever they're doing and who are willing to build. You know, that's what most men with means and who are successful have. Even the very wealthy. Look, if Bill Gates, even though now people say, yeah, he divorced his wife, but that the lady he married was a highly intelligent woman who worked in that same field. You think
Right.
Bill Gates wasn't getting intellect and ideas and thoughts and critique from his wife as he built his empire? She had a hand in that. You think he wasn't pillow talking about situations, or just a woman like you talk to her and you trying to have a conversation and she's like, just like on Eddie Murphy, Coming to America, whatever you like, master, whatever king, whatever prince, whatever you like. But what do you think about? Do you like this? It's whatever you. I mean, who wants that? No man, no real man wants that. It's just unrealistic. But again, BMT, it speaks to the fact of these guys not understanding the true day-to-day functioning and the dynamics of relationship where they think this is realistic. It's not. Even in the 1950s, it wasn't realistic. You know, just because women didn't have certain rights, those women were able to seek education, and some of those women, if they desired to work, did work, and so forth. And yes, even though at that time men had way more control of women and could get away with doing negative things to them, I wouldn't be proud of that. You want to be proud of the fact that you go slap your woman around anytime you want and put her in a state of fear in a relationship? I would never be proud of that. You know, so um, that's my perspective on it. You don't want an intelligent woman. It's a difference
And
between being intelligent and skillful and being combative.
now, and I agree. I hear what you're saying, Red Pill activist. Um, and I plan on doing a talk about that. The Was the pill logic ever built for black men? That's going to be a talk. I might have to reach out to D Darrell about that one. Like I said, I got some stuff for y'all that gonna. I've been doing content for a long time, but as you gave me that idea, now one of the things about it, I hear a lot that when we talking about Squawk and Moan, make them better. We're looking at the age ratio of men in the space. Most men in these spaces, they're like mid 30s and up. Most men in these spaces, most men in these spaces are probably late 30s on up. And let's say they lived out their better years. The younger men that I see coming to this space, indeed, if you want to push on me on this one, are severely mentally damaged men.
No, I
You have
agree.
one side, you got men, the can is not all fully full. There's something wrong with them. So instead of going to go get the proper treatment, they get online, start taking those pills, and they start talking to other men that already done lived their life, men that are like in their mid 40s, late 40s, and they start getting indoctrinated to living their type of conformity of lifestyle. Why is this a trend of these young men running to learn from these older men?
Hmm.
It's the used cigarette being used by the broken cigarette.
Good question.
But they don't want used women. That's something I find very interesting. Older men and broken men, but they say they don't want to deal with broken women. Fresh and untouched women. How do,
Right?
how does that work? I'm just saying I don't get how that works. If you are a if you and this is I'm being for real, man. I've listened to a lot of y'all. I'm gonna read. This is no shot to any men. I'm going to read some of y'all videos out loud. Okay? To the guy who wants to know why he's lonely and sad. Young Pharaoh, SYSBM. Women today are broke and broken without strong men. I can't make this shit up. These are y'all talks. How come bad luck only happens to brothers? A lot of y'all stuff, pretty much men on panels arguing, how to check a female, um, how to let women know you're an alpha. I just noticing it's a lot of psychological trauma holding shit. Like a lot of it.
Right.
Why are men jumping on panels that are psychologically fucked up? Is that not a? Is that not? I'm just saying, man. You're a licensed guy. Why are y'all not shutting this type of? Facebook had to admit, like, yo, we had to slow this down, man. These girls are getting fucked up, because of this type of thing. Why is this not being curbed or slowed down with these men? Okay, we got.
Is that a question to me? Can I answer?
Yeah. I can ask you a question. And hold on, we got a comment. Thank you. Thank you. Doug is just joking. He said, BMT, why are you asking why these younger men are listening to older men? It's simple. They don't have a father to get this information from.
That could be part of it.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Can I chime in?
Go ahead.
What's up with you? So I just wanted to kind of chime in and answer your question. I think, and particularly around the red pill, I think what's happened is that you have a generation of young men, particularly black men, that have grown up, without, I want to say, while you might have a masculine figure, not in the proper orientation, right, or may not have had people around them that could teach them the game around women and stuff like that, and so they look for different sources of information. But particularly for me, and while like I call for my speaking from my personal thing, right, I call myself the red pill activist is because I've noticed that in activism spaces, right, when it comes to conversations around the culture, the black community, it's almost as if like certain folks are advocating for things that don't actually will actually lead to the best result for the black community, and it's a hustle. So I called myself the red pill activist, as I said, like as a way to say, hey, I'm going to take this pill of truth and lead with that, right? Particularly around, I know this space isn't pretty liberal, where you guys aren't like in those spaces in terms of activism, maybe not. But I know that in my experience that a lot of black men, especially on the grassroots level, they're being annexed out, right, and or misrepresented in those activist spaces. So for me, it's like, I want to talk about not colorism, not featureism, right, which are circular arguments. I want to talk about how can we build sustainable infrastructure and network economic systems and institutions. And I'm on the younger end, right? So that's why where I want to take the red pill. I can't speak on those who are experiencing red pill rage for whatever reason. I know like they're going to experience that, and they're going to have to come to terms with whatever it is they have to come to terms with, those young men.
Thank you. What's your thoughts about that, Dita, before I give it over to the lovely Miss Kareen? What's your thoughts about that?
Well, I look at it. To me, I actually said this. It's just something that BMT has also talked about. I can remember back in 2020. It was this was right in the midst of me. I think I was doing debates and stuff. We had the debate team, and I did a video. I said guys in the space, y'all need to be careful what you're stating, because there are government agencies that are watching you. There are psychological organizations that I know personally were on live on the internet studying this. and as of 2022, particularly starting, you saw a little bit of it last year, you're seeing more and more documents of people publishing articles about red pill ideology and the consequences of it, the pathology of it, and so on. And I told them this was going to happen, because this is how it works. As it relates to the younger guys, okay? And I said this when I first got into this space, I'm saying it now. I would be suspicious of any ideology that people draw to out of pain, failure, sorrow, and so forth. Okay? I would be personally that. The reason why is because, again, as the brother talked about earlier, you know, they are searching for someone to guide and to make sense of their being and their existence and why these things have happened. And when they, particularly younger guys, when they are unable to achieve that, they start Google searching and YouTube searching. And I'm like, oh, wow, what is this? The manosphere. You mean this guy, you know, he got turned down 15 times in a row too? You mean she took my money away from me? You know, you mean to tell me I had to take her out on a $500 date and another guy just got it for the free? You know, that's kind of the continuum that when people gravitate, that's what they're seeing and people telling their stories. I have to be skeptical of that as a professional, thinking like people are not drawing from this out of positivity, it's from negativity. Now, I have interacted with two young men in this space that came out, and one that I'm not going to say his name, but he's been watching this space since he is 12 years old. I have direct communication with him, and I talk to him on and off. This brother has lost over at least $9,000. At least $9,000 from his overall education of red pill and so forth, and trying to make sense of things. And he's still struggling with how to deal with women. And you know what ended up happening? He's continuing to have adverse situations with women where he's being manipulated and taken advantage of. And until guys like this actively seek the proper help, guidance, and so forth, then they're going to see different results. You have to work on yourself. You can't change women. You cannot change a woman that means you no good. You can only put yourself in a position to meet better women. So that's my take on that, as far as the younger ones and so forth.
What's going on, Kareem? So, what do you think, Kareem? What's your thought?
Hi, hello everyone.
Hey, what's going
How
on
are
there?
you guys? Hope you are well. I'm listening to you. Like I said, I was making jokes in the chat. The thing about this red pill rage thing, you guys all make good points. I just want to push back a little bit on you, Mr. Darrell, because I don't like when you disparage the third world women and say that they're not high value. That's the problem with this high value talk. People always use high value for money instead of character. Just because they're raised differently, a lot of them are raised differently. Yes, some of them may be predatory, but there's predatory women here. Like there's predatory women all over the world. Like the content creators I listen to, because I listen to everything. I'm not only, I guess because for me, as a grown person, I would say for a young child who's listening to this, their mind could be easily manipulated. Yes. The problem is they don't have someone in the home to educate them and tell them things, and that's the issue. And the internet is a free place now for everybody to express their views. Unfortunately, yes, do some people go crazy with it and their views are very extreme? Yes. But I think if you pick few people, like my problem is that everyone is being painted with the same brush when there's not. There's a lot of people who are who say they're red pill, and if you actually sit down and listen to their content, let's just listen to it, not just clips. I think a lot of times we're listening to clips and people are picking apart everything. There's a content creator that I listen to that says, okay, yes, you go, if you want to do this, he gives solutions to guys. He said, listen, if you're not happy with the woman you're meeting here, you can meet women here that aren't ADOS. They're black. If you want a black woman, they're black as well, but they're not ADOS. Maybe you could see if you could have better luck with them and they have more of a better family structure if you want that. They tell them if you want to go abroad, you go abroad, but be careful. Don't go abroad being like, oh, you're a big man in town or you're rich, and because they will definitely take advantage of you as well. Like, I think what's the problem with people is they want easy solution and they don't realize life is hard. We all have to work. Everybody gets their heart broken. Everyone, women, men, everyone gets their heart broken at one time in their life. That's a part of life. And I think the problem is some of these guys in their age don't they kind of want to just blame everybody instead of taking responsibility for themselves and realizing that's life. You have to go through some growing pains. And if you're not using common sense too, a lot of people don't have common sense because, listen, women too are being taken advantage of. That Netflix documentary, I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's all over the internet about
Yeah, I
this
heard about it.
guy. Right. Some of that is common sense. Like, some of these women are stupid. Like, you go online and people are telling you kind of fantastical things and you believe everything they tell you. Come on. Like, I get it that some people are easily influenced, but that's the problem. They need to stop being so easily influenced. And it's entertainment. YouTube is entertainment. There's YouTube things to teach you. There's places that teach you things, but for overall, it's entertainment. None of these people are doctors or counselors. Yes, they give you some advice and you feel like they're your friends, but they're not. So I think that's the problem. Like, we're putting too much onus on these people like they're counselors. They're not. They come on, they open a channel like you BMT, and you're giving your views. Now you actually are trying to build your community and you tell this is what I'm doing and you show what you're doing, and that's great, and that's your good representation of what a good healthy black men, young black men, black ADOS men is doing in this community. That's doing positive. But there's gonna be people on the internet that's not doing the same thing. They're telling people pump and dump and all this foolishness, which not gonna help guys, because if you want to be married, pumping and dumping is not going to help you get married. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's my point of view. I think it's more comprehensive. I don't think everybody that's red pill is bad. I think is people need to use common sense, and we can't always put everything on content creators. Individuals have to learn to use common sense now, and that's one of the things that's missing in this generation. In the X, in the millennial, even in this Gen X, a lot of people aren't applying common sense.
BMT, you there? Damn, I think my thing is not working. Hey guys, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess BMT must have left. I just wanted to clarify something. Kareem, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we go.
I in regards to the third world situation, I wasn't meaning it and I take responsibility for maybe not speaking more specific on that. I'm more speaking of the quality of women that they meet when they go there. They're not looking for the high quality women in those countries. They're dating women who are young, very very young, um, and they're also meeting women who are very very poor and so forth. They're not going there to meet the cream of the crop in Thailand or the Philippines. Also, I don't know, in listening to your accent, what are you of Africa? Are you from the continent of Africa or from another country? Where are you from?
I'm I'm Jamaican. I'm Jamaican.
Okay,
But
you're
my
Jamaican.
point is,
Okay,
just because
that
you're poor don't mean
no,
you
hold
don't
on. But
have
let
good.
me.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, just because you're poor don't mean you don't have good qualities. Just it's poor. It's just your circumstance, but that don't mean you have a good heart and you don't have good character.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
a
but
lot of people do things because they're
they're
poor, but
yeah, but I don't consider, as a man, I don't consider meeting a woman who transically meets men of foreign countries and for money. I don't consider that high quality. I'm
no, I'm
speaking
not
of
saying
the
that.
yeah, but that's the women that they're meeting. They're not meeting a lady that has good values. She's just supposed to be poor, just so happens to be poor, but has a good value system, good family. They're just not economically there. They're meeting women who are merely trying to have sex with them for money. And excuse me, that's the
They
type
could
of
get that
women
here
that
as well. They have that here as well. They have people
I
who do
know,
that here as well.
but they're choosing to go there and get it. That's what I'm saying. And another thing, the guys that we speak to, they don't go to Caribbean countries and they don't go to African countries. They're going to non-black countries to do this. So they're going women from particularly Asia, Latin America, and other little European countries and so forth. They're not they skip over the whole continent of Africa. They're skipping over the Caribbean. I'm talking Jamaica. Um, what they do, I take that back. They do go to the Dominican Republic. Okay, they'll go there. They'll make a stop in the Dominican Republic. So they're not looking for black women.
Okay.
They're looking
I
for
understand what you're
non-black women.
saying. I understand, but okay, let me tell you something. It's a thing that's been going on for centuries. Women do it too. They go to Jamaica, all these stories about people going to Jamaica, women doing it. Listen, people, if they have their money, they do what they want to do. I don't believe in that. And I believe in people need to have respect for themselves, and you can't carry on like that if you want a good foundation. I understand that. If you want a good foundation, you look for a good foundation. So those people who are doing that, they're not looking for a good foundation. We're talking about people who
Exactly.
want a good quality person to be in their life and have good character. My only thing is, just because they're poor don't mean they don't have a character. That's the only thing I'm saying. But I do agree with you for your overall points about some of
Right.
them and their mentality. I do agree with it, but I just think we need to just clarify that just because they're poor, that don't mean that they don't have good character.
Right.
Which I
You're
hate
right.
that because a lot of people say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You're right. Now, I would say that um what they promote, when you have you ever looked at the black, have you ever looked at the black male travel content? Have you ever looked at any of their content before?
One or two of them I do, but I don't like, if it doesn't speak to me and I hear them with
Right.
some negativity, I don't want, I
Right.
turn it off. I don't subscribe to that channel. I go to something else. That's the problem. The problem is, I think we have to also realize that it's YouTube and we all could make a channel and, people could put whatever content they want on it. So my point is, we as persons that are subscribers and audience members, and need to choose wisely as well. If we're frequenting these channels, giving clicks and views, they will be successful. And that's the thing too. Yeah, they have small content creators who've been here for years that only have like 10, less than 1,000 subscribers or whatever. But that's a page that's actually a hobby for them. That's their choice to have that page as a hobby. I'm like I said, I can't tell people to not have those channels because if we're gonna do that, censor people, we can censor BMT too. My point is, it's all here on YouTube, and we need to choose wisely. Now, the children is the problem. The children, they're not, their mind is not fully developed, and all this information that they're getting is not right for them. And I do agree that they need help. Those little boys that are listening to this crazy thing is not helping them, but they don't have good parents, and that's another thing. Where are the parents? The parents are not, like, we don't have good parents. People are not getting good parenting, and it's one of the reasons why these children are behaving like this, because they don't have good parenting.
I agree with that. Because I know as a parent, particularly with one guy that I know, he was listening to this since he was 12 years old. And there's no way I will allow my son, and I have a son at 16. Even at 16, I wouldn't allow him to listen to this space. I mean, I would not.
Right.
This is not a space for kids to listen to. Period.
Right. They should put, like, I think the only thing I think they should do a disclaimer. All you guys just say disclaimer. This is for adult. I mean, I would do that if I just as a person who has responsible, just because to protect yourself, and like you said, it's entertainment. Put that it's entertainment, and put that it's your opinions, and that over 18. It should be for over 18. My point is this technology. Like I think BMT was on a panel, and we were talking about how the technology is also a part of this. That's the problem. The technology is not. It's making it hard for parents who want to raise their children well, but sometimes are busy. Because believe it or not, if you're a hardworking parent, you're not going to always monitor everything your child do, and it's hard. I mean, people say yes, be a parent, yes, but you can't constantly be looking over them every 2 seconds to see what they're watching. Come on, you can't do that. No one can do that. So that's the problem with the technology as well. It's also a problem. It's making things a little bit harder for parents as well. But my point is, let's have the point is, yes, we don't agree with some of the statements that they're making about this the children ages, the young ages, and the manipulation, but women manipulate men too. We have to agree to that. Like, my point is, I listen to the women channels too, because I listen to everything. Like, I'm I like to consider myself a well-rounded person, and I have my like food channels and my hair channels or whatever that I listen to. But my point is, when I hear the women channel, they're like, oh, these men are this, they dusty, they this, but some of the women are dusty too. Like, you guys are picking wrong people, and then you pick wrong, and then you want to blame everybody. One particular guy you met that you picked didn't do you well. Okay, he was the wrong person. He wasn't nice to you. He did what he did to you. Move on. Find somebody else. Why are you making everybody, painting them with the same brush, saying everybody's dusty? I don't like that. Same thing with the women. That one woman cheated on you or did something bad to you. Why is all women bad? No. You got to pick better and move on and learn from your lessons. Life is hard. And the problem is, people think life is supposed to be like a rainbow. Like, I think our generation watching Disney or whatever, we think everything is supposed to be perfect, and it's not. Life is hard. You got to go through peaks and valleys. Everything's not going to be handed to you. Like, you're not going to get the perfect girl from at 16 and you fall in love and you have 20 kids and have a beautiful life. No, life is hard. And I think that's the issue. They're trying to paint it like life is so, like, if they follow their ideology, sorry, I can't pronounce it properly, that they'll be perfect. But it's not. It's not going to be perfect. You're going to meet good women and you're going to meet bad women in your life. That's how it is. You can't avoid that. Even with your red pill rage or whatever you're going through, you can't.
Yeah. Right. And to me, like I've told people before, man, like I've had arguments and discussions. Red pill rage should not be a wanted state of mind. You being enraged puts you at risk of harming yourself or harming somebody else. You should not want to be in an angry state, an unbalanced state because of something somebody did to you. And when you carry this over where you're on the internet yelling and cursing and saying all kind of crazy stuff for months, that's not a productive behavior. That's you can't use that as a means of understanding the truth. you cannot understand the truth in a state of rage. It's just illogical in itself. But um, of all the things that I've dealt with in the space, that's the thing that I have the most issue with people almost like reinforcing that someone going through red pill rage is like a it's like an induction to understanding the truth about women and their nature. You have to do this, as a process of building yourself into this space. And I'm like, I'm totally against that. Totally against that.
Hey, brother Darrell, how you doing? And hey,
What's up?
Kareem, how
What's
you
going
doing?
on?
This is Bishop Matt Bone in the house. I just want to say this, man.
Hello.
Boys complain about the problems, men solve the problems. And I had an interesting discussion with Game Changer a few panels ago last year. He asked me for some solutions, and I gave him the solution. Game Changer. Get off that computer, get off that phone, get off that tablet, go outside and experience life. And let life, the real master teacher, teach you lessons by you living them. And I've given them some intuitive resolving solution game about the situation. Like I told one passport brother, hashtag my swag is my passport. I don't have to go overseas to meet foreign women because the foreign women are coming over here.
Thanks.
When you glowing with the shine and light of real masculinity, true masculinity, the women will come to you. They'll be eager to bask in the presence of your essence. This I learned from experience in dealing with women over the years. By going out there and talking to them. Just simply talking to them. You got a lot of brothers in this space, man, they are scared to talk to women. And then I ask them, young blood, what you scared for? They breathe air just like you. They hurt just like you do. They're full of rage just like you. What's the problem? I mean, that's why I told them. You got to have a calm and balanced mind and emotions and an open soul and heart to understand, receive, and live the truth. Truth recognizes everything because truth existed before everything else. Simple as that. Now, while these boys up there complaining online, I was asked by this guy in Dunkerville the other day. When he up there saw me working out in the boxing gym. And if you look at my new thumbnail, that's me hitting the heavy bag. I took a picture of the heavy bag that day at LA Fitness. He up there asked me, Mr. Bailey, I'll let you have a free boxing membership at Dunkerville Boxing Academy if you train and be an assistant boxing coach to these young boys, ages 7 to 18. And you know what? I said, sir, I'll be on it. And I've been mentoring younger brothers, Black and Hispanic in Dunkerville to this day. They ask me all sorts of questions. Say, Mr. Bailey, how do you keep your body in shape? How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you talk to this girl? Many, many questions, brother, on different things. And I just wonder about these fellas. Because I remember I was on the Manosphere panel the other day, and my niece Elena asked me and said, Uncle Lee, are you watching cartoons? I said, no, honey, I'm on the panel with some young men mooning and groaning. And he said that Obsidian is a pretty interesting cartoon character. And I was laughing my butt off. No, honey, that's a real dude. And honey, stay away from dudes like that, all right? I mean, I got a niece up there thinking that the Manosphere is a cartoon show on the Cartoon Network, and that Obsidian is the star character. I said, Lord have mercy.
He does that
I
for
said, great
entertainment,
man,
though.
God, what trouble we in now? Say what?
He does that for entertainment. He does use the all those noise, and he makes those things. I think he does that for it's entertainment. The problem is, I think the thing on YouTube is entertainment. It's not. I don't think you should. Some of the things they say, you could maybe make sense out of it, but a lot of it is just, to me, is entertainment and people telling their stories. Because a lot of this
I made a joke about that. I told my friend LA Movement, I said, hey man, since I can no longer afford this Netflix and Hulu, I decided to subscribe to Obsidian Channel for free entertainment, so I can
Right.
save some money.
Save some money. It's free.
Hey, and guess what Truth Teller 410 calls Obsidian? He calls them Yosemite Sam. I call him green eggs and ham because he can't choose between the green eggs and the ham. In other words, green eggs is complaining about the gynocracy, complaining about women. Ham is solving the problem. That's why I call Obsidian green eggs and ham, because he can't decide between the two. So it's just that, man. I said, man, I told him, you young bloods need to get up out of the house and get off that porch for a while and experience some life. Hey, hey, Verena, are you from the islands?
Yes, I
Are you from the
am.
West Indies by your accent?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Jamaican.
You Jamaican?
Well,
Yeah.
Honey, I got some relatives from Haiti myself.
Oh, that's nice. Which part of
Yeah,
Haiti? I don't know much about Haiti because I mean I have
yeah.
friends, but I don't know much about Haiti.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Haiti is about that serious voodoo thing because I remember at the last family reunion,
Mm-hmm.
my brother and my auntie were acting a fool, and I saw my great grand auntie Odessa pull that needle out. I
Mm-hmm.
said, y'all better chill out, man, because Aunt Odessa pulled that
Come
needle
on,
out.
really? Come
And you
on,
know what I
man.
mean?
Stop.
I'm
Stop.
I'm
Stop
I'm
it.
I'm 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 just I'm
Like
just making a joking
then you
story,
have
man.
to
I'm just
laugh.
joking.
You have
yeah,
to
I was
laugh,
trying to
right?
figure
I'm
out
just
like
Because
joking, man.
where
jokes
is it
like
going? Where is it going?
it's
No,
just
no.
jokes. It's a joke.
What's the going is this, man. It's about finding solutions. That's what it's all about. These
Well,
brothers up
you
there
can't take
complaining about,
everything
man,
too
until you give them a
serious.
solution, they be tripping, man. They be
I
acting like they
know.
don't want to do.
I know BMT,
Uh,
you want to protect your channel, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but like some of these
I
things
mean,
is jokes. You can't take everything that's on internet serious. That's my point. It's just like
yeah,
people
yeah.
coming
You gotta
on,
have some
going
fun every now and then.
and saying whatever. And it's not like they're not journalists, they're not people who you can verify their story. Anybody could come up here and say anything. That's the
They
point. It's
think
an internet.
they
BMT,
journalists.
that's my point, brother. That's my point, brother. Sometimes you gotta have some fun and provide solutions. I mean, like I tell them, Macking is a process, not a recess. And
now,
Max,
question. Now, now,
like I said, Mac is about power.
now, let me ask
Power
you a question.
is having
Let me ask you a
having the
question,
ability
Magbone.
to, huh?
So let me ask you a question. In
Go ahead.
talking about macking and game, How does that help men? If a lot of them talk about sexual conquest and game, how is that
No,
helping
no, no,
men
no.
though?
Okay. Let me explain this. Macking is about getting power. It's about becoming a real man, attaining your sovereignty. The end game of Macking is sovereignty, not women. First of all, the end game of Macking is sovereignty, being able to have total control, free control of yourself and your environment and your community. That's the end game.
So,
Macking
okay,
is about mastering the politics of the situation. In other words, talking to your state legislator, talking to the judge. In other words, you want to solve the problem of child support, make a powerful political lobby. My homeboy, Super Sly 75, said time and time again, the reason why these goofballs down the street, the manosphere fail, because they don't know how to turn it into a powerful political platform. That's the Mackin I'm talking about. I remember when my Uncle Lester, his Mac name was Mr. Slick, or I call him Uncle Slick. He told me, he said, nephew, there are 3 degrees to this game. There's sex, money, and power. Mackin is about being a real man about yourself, being a real man vibrating with power. Powerful men do not need to negotiate because people are in a hurry to negotiate with them. That's what I learned from my uncle. And guess what? Before he died, he lived it. Master teachers embody and live by what they teach. And here's the thing. You are what you teach, and you are what you create.
so you said I know you was talking about you wanted to be a content creator in this space. Uh,
Well, yeah, I was thinking about it.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, I definitely wish you the best of luck with your content. I wish you the best of luck. You know,
Yeah, because I'm
wish you the
thinking
best luck
about
in your field.
targeting. Yeah, the men I'm thinking about targeting for my content are young black men ages 18 to 27. 18 to 27, bro.
I wish you the best of
I
luck,
mean, I
man.
mean, young men. Yeah, young men.
Find them, find those dudes that want to work with you and build with you. I wish you the best.
Yeah, I mean, I want to teach young men that are teachable and coachable. You know what I'm saying? Only those type. And the men that I want to teach are the young men. See, here's what I prefer. I prefer to coach and teach the young men that have been raised up in a two-parent household.
So I got
That
a
was the
question.
winning
So
formula
what are you
for
going
that
to do?
dude
How are you going to
at
get young
Georgetown.
men?
Yeah,
How are you
yeah. I
going to get
mean,
young men to want to listen to you in this space?
yeah. How do I want what?
How are you going to get young men to listen to you in this space? Back.
Oh, I'm gonna tell them some entertaining stories. That's what I'm gonna do. We'll tell them some entertaining stories. I mean, it's all based on ancient Native American and African tradition. Because I'm part Native American, by the way, from the Choctaw Nation through my mom's side. So it's about doing it the griot way, telling them stories. Some of the greatest rappers were storytellers, like Slick Rick and Notorious B.I.G., to name a few. So there's an old African saying: in order to teach the student, you must understand the mannerisms of the student and the environment from which the student comes from. That's an African proverb, by the way. So what I do, like I was on a panel with Cole Steele. I up there asked Cole Steele, I said, brother, how old are you? He said he's old enough. I said, no, brother. I'm asking you a serious question. The reason why I need to ask about how old are you so I could find out which way I can teach you this game of life. Because like my uncle said, he said,
Do
nephew,
y'all feel a lot of? Do you feel a lot of y'all of men are on these panels too much, or like on panels? Like, does it not
yes, they
control?
own these panels. They own these panels too much, man. Like I told Reg the bad guy, I can't be on a panel for like 7 to 10 hours because I'm 52 years old. I gotta get some sleep, enough sleep for me to work out at the gym the next day. You know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
think
hmm
Yeah, man. The 5, 6, 7 hour live stream.
7 to 10 hour
I
live
can't.
streams.
I can't do that, man. You know what happened for me when COVID happened, and I had all this time on my hand.
Yeah.
That kind of drove people to doing those long ass live streams because everybody was at home. But man, after a while, you're like, I can't do that, man. Seriously, like when COVID first happened, man, like when people were forced to leave and work at home and stuff, man, I was listening to YouTube all day. Take little breaks, go back, listening to stuff on Sundays. Sundays I'd spend probably 12 hours listening to stuff all day long. But man, once life kicks in, you don't have time to do that. That's things were open back up, and you don't have time for that to sit and watch that much content.
Right.
After about an hour, maybe after 2 or 3 hours, I'm pretty much tapped out.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Because with me up there working at the boxing academy for free and teaching these young men, plus me doing personal protection, risk management, bodyguard work. Sometimes watching over spoiled white kids, so to speak. Sometimes I'm a part bodyguard and a part babysitter and a part mentor. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, man. I'm here in Texas. I remember I had a talk with Lawrence B. Adam on the panel saying I should leave Dallas. I said, no, man, I'm needed here because there's some young men that need some guidance. So
Nah,
I
man,
can't leave.
Dallas a good city to be in.
Yeah, because I was able to get this good opportunity of being a personal protection risk management officer by moving to Dallas. Because I was living in Duncanville with my older sister for a minute, and then I found out about this high paying job, and I got certified through the Lethal Encounter school in Grand Prairie, Texas, where they're teaching you hand-to-hand combat, defense, tactical skills, and rifle skills. You know, stuff like that.
Right.
How to assess the vulnerability of a certain building or certain area that you're taking your VIP through. So
That's great.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, that's great. That's one of the things I think you should also push on your channel. I know you're into this macking and how to talk to women.
Well,
thing, but
I'm also into martial arts as well, and also
yeah,
into Taoism. I've been a
yeah,
Taoist cultivator practitioner ever since 1987 for 35 years. And
oh,
this is when I
that's a
went to
good
Arkansas
thing.
Government School. This is
And
when I went
he,
to Arkansas Government School, and this is when I took a picture with then Governor Bill Clinton. Yeah,
okay.
I met the man. I met Bill Clinton in person when I was 18 years old. And I'll never forget it, man. I was up there walking through the gardens of Hendrix College. I saw this old Chinese man practicing Tai Chi and Qigong, which I didn't know what it was at the time. And I wanted to learn that because it was a beautiful form he was doing. And the old Chinese gardener, the Taoist master, told me this. He said, "Young man, you must know what the Tao is, what Tao is." And I asked him, "Sir, what is Tao?" Well, Tao is the way, Tao is the path, Tao is life, life force itself.
Right.
So,
I mean, yeah, I'm not
yeah.
into these Asian religions, but I have heard of it, and I did take karate when I was in high school. So,
Well, guess what? Guess what? Lao She was a
mhm.
black man who started a religion because that was during the Shang dynasty, where
Okay.
it was established by African people that migrated from that southern horn of Africa to Madagascar and then to
Okay.
China. Because Alan Lee, a grandmaster of Kung Fu, said at a certain conference, man, that the forms of Kung Fu are based on the ancient martial sciences of Africa. And it's in this book called Kubagan Nagumi that I have at home in Arkansas. And the thing is, Kubagan Nagumi means the way of fighting with the fist, which is the same meaning as Kung Fu, the way of boxing, the way of the fist.
Wow.
So I said, man, because when my teacher Peter was up there teaching me the forms, and the way I did the forms, I said, Edward, you got to get with this martial arts because you up there doing it the way that Chelsea Fung taught me. So then on my journey, I'm up there sparring with Taekwondo experts. I even was sparring with some ninjas because as a Native American, what comes in handy against ninja medicine is fox medicine and panther medicine, or why I say black jaguar medicine, by the way. And this ninja was up there wondering how I got the best of him. I said, well, the reason why I got the best of you because I learned well from my Native American elders about certain methods.
BMT, who does your locks?
Hmm?
Who does your hair?
Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Michael.
Does a good job. It looks good.
Thank you. And I am about to head out to a meeting real soon. Like I said, again, thank y'all for this. Thank you for coming through. Always, Kareen. Kareen, I got make sure you email me. I want to actually set up something because I feel like a lot of people that are not from America get a bad look. A lot of the women get a bad look.
Right.
And I definitely appreciated you coming up and talking with me and D Darrell about that. Ever since this high value thing came out, or this traveling around, it's literally put a bad look on how. So I definitely want to sit down with you and actually, like I said, you got the gift to actually if you start sitting down and start talking about, hey, like, I understood what you were talking about when we was having a Haitian conversation. For people coming from Texas to Haiti, or from Haiti to
I heard
Texas.
that.
So,
Cool.
so we definitely want to have a conversation about that. You know, do you have my email?
I think I did. I thought I put it in the back chat last time, but
There you go.
Hey, B&T, are you moving to Texas?
No.
Okay. Well, Sly mentioned he's moving to Texas. That's what Sly mentioned.
Well, no, I Definitely. I mean, I wish y'all all the best for those of y'all who are going over, who are going to Texas. I'm pretty
Well,
good on the East
I've
Coast.
been in Texas for about a year. Ever since yeah, I've been there for about a year, ever since September 2020. And LAR moving us here. Me and him had a good rapport to where I'm up there on the phone talking about some deep stuff behind the manosphere because, like I said to these fellas, God only created one type of man, a man, not high value, not low value, a man. And I've told many times the key word in manosphere is man.
Okay, I
You
got it
know,
now.
hey,
Yeah, I
BNT,
don't like that. I don't
can
like
we switch
that.
emails?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
like that they say people are not high value because they don't have money. I mean, I
So
Well,
understand
how value
classism,
comes from
but
within yourself. That which is
yeah,
high value is that which was within your mind, your soul,
that's it.
your body. Because like I said, champion is soul, mind, and body flowing in oneness.
So, like I
You know.
said, Kareem, email me, and so that way, me and my people, we can definitely politic with you on. I think we definitely
yeah.
have a lot of miscellaneous things that we need to discuss. Um,
Also, sorry to cut you. I definitely will because I want to talk about the homeless thing, the shelter thing that you do. Like I'm thinking about not. I don't have the money to like do what you do, but like just to donate or do some stuff to the
listen,
homeless
just hit me up.
shelters. I want to do.
No, hit me up,
Hmm.
and definitely we can definitely politic on that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, like I said, my people
Hey,
definitely.
BNT, I like to politic with you as well. I left us to
About
trade
what?
emails as well, brother,
What do you want to talk
about
to me about?
about the manhood thing, mentoring
I
young
don't.
black men. You know.
I don't really handle all the emails and a lot of that stuff. I don't handle them like that. Like, there's a reason why, like, my people, they're like very like outside of this,
Okay.
and I gotta let a lot
Yes.
of y'all know. So outside of this, a lot of my people, for the most part, filter through my emails. So
Okay, I got
I might read them, but for the most part, my people, we have somebody who reads my emails. If they feel like it's just somebody that they're not interested in, they'll just throw the
you. Yeah,
emails out. Versus if they
I
feel
got
like and that's not even me. That's just that I
you.
just don't have time like I used to, or like sometimes
Right,
I'll sit there. That's why Jay tells people stay out of Joe's inbox because a lot of people keep mailing me and sending me all
right.
kind of shit. And I'd
Gotcha.
be like,
I got you.
"What do y'all want to talk to me about, or what do y'all have want to talk to me?"
Right,
That's if it's nothing worth my time or worth the team's
right.
time, they're not going to listen,
Yes.
and that's just on. So, what is it
You
that you
know,
want to
you
talk
know,
to me about?
Speaking of which, I had a certain idea for a topic with brother X, brother Xavier, TPOT, the proper thought.
He was
I
probably
remember
cool.
when I had to talk with Charles Ali on the live, right, on the phone with his live video. And Charles Ali, her 7 attributes of good black women, inspired me to come up with 9 attributes of good, great black men. And that's the topic I wanted to discuss with Teapot on his channel. And I was thinking about kicking the same idea by you. What are the 9 attributes that make a good, great black man? And these are the ideas that I got from my journey to manhood as well, from the men and mentors that taught me, when OGs that taught me what a man is.
Okay. Well, like I said, I look forward to seeing your channel progress as whenever you start
Yeah,
your channel. I wish you
yes.
definitely the best of luck. It's going to be a long road for you,
Yeah,
but
because
I
I'm
wish you
just
the best
trying to get
time.
some stuff together because I got other sacred missions to perform before I do this.
Okay, well,
So I
I
got
definitely
sacred
wish.
missions leading up to this. Working with the people in Dallas and Dunkerville some things.
Okay, well,
You know,
I definitely wish you the best of luck. But
thank
I
you, my brother.
definitely I definitely know
Yes.
our people were very interested in Kareem for a while. So definitely
Okay.
they wanted to reach out to her. Um,
Well, hey,
wish
Kareem, what is your field of expertise? What do you do?
Okay,
What is your field of
basically,
expertise?
I'm just a regular person that be on
Okay.
on YouTube. I mean, of course, I have a degree and I work in I work in the
Ah,
municipal area. I have insurance
Oh, that's cool.
experience,
say that.
but I just I like I gravitate towards these channels because I like discussions, and I like a lot of times we have the geek talks and the I gravitate to a lot of geek channels because I love the comics, the
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been on some panels with A6 Grind Time,
Hmm.
Knowledge World Media, and I also been on a panel too with ALR Movement. He's my nephew, by the way.
Oh, okay,
So
Okay.
okay. I've
he
been
Cat.
to
told
his
yeah,
space
he told
before.
me that once we get some things together, we'll discuss some more stuff from behind the scenes, man. Because I'm not about complaining and moaning more. I'm about some solutions.
Oh,
Okay.
You know,
another thing. I'm going to come off
solutions.
your. I'm coming off your channel now. But did you discuss the Brian Flores situation already? BMT.
No, send me the information there, and so that way I can
Okay.
go get
All
at
right.
that. Um, like I said, um, also Kat. Shout out to Kat and her channel is definitely growing. Um,
Oh yeah, I have to subscribe. I forgot that she had a channel.
Kat is she's very interesting. Shout out to my little Saudi or Arabian princess. Lord knows, boy, she talks her shit, but definitely I fucks with her. Um,
Right.
Kat, make sure you email me. I want to talk with non-black, non-American women. I feel like a lot of y'all get a bad rep. That y'all are easy, loose, desperate. Um, and we want to hear what y'all have to say. Do men predatorily come after y'all? Do they think y'all easy lick? Do they try to have talking points of high value? What's the perception of these kind of conversations that are going on? Um, I definitely going to sit down with my people, draw up some stuff. I definitely want to have it. I remember what it was like when I lived up in Connecticut. I used to talk and date girls from Trinidad, Jamaica, and Haiti. I dated a lot of them, and one thing that they were very culturally ingrained, but also um, there'd be a lot of dudes who would try to play them with money or come at them with trinkets. And depending on how they were intact with their family, it would work or it wouldn't work. But that's a talk. That's a New England talk that we're gonna have. So shout out to everybody who's up north and northeast, south, east coast, west coast, wherever, Florida. You already know this is gonna be a really good talk, and I want a lot of my Caribbeans, a lot of my non-Black American women. I don't care for white women. I don't want y'all white women on this one. I don't care for y'all. I want to talk. That's no shot at y'all. This is just that I understand that the talking points towards Kareem and Kat and other women, a lot of dudes think that they don't have the mindset to counter. So you understand what I'm
Hey,
saying?
BNT, I must admit
So
this. Some of the most cultured and refined women I ever met are the women from the islands.
okay. So
I mean, when I was in college, I mean, I can feel where you're coming from, brother.
okay.
And
So
Right.
very, very educated, very refined, and very cultured.
okay.
These young black women can learn a lot from the sisters from the islands. Real talk.
Now I got a
And
question.
I also want to say this: if you want to email me, or if your people want to email me to learn from me and of me, my email is BaileyEdwards774@gmail.com. You're welcome to email me
Do
at
you
any
have a
time, brother.
do you have a channel or something or
Well,
for them to watch?
I got two channels: the MacBone Files in all capital letters, and then my second channel is the Mac Bible. Those are my two YouTube accounts. Yes. And my email BaileyEdwards774@gmail.com is connected to the MacBone Files, and then my second email account almondbach9@gmail.com is connected to the Mac Bible channel.
You
Yeah.
on the block, you use the Thailand movie on the block, but
Well, Almond
I'll definitely
no,
I'll
yeah,
definitely have to
Bach, yeah, Bach is the Bak is the ancient Egyptian word for hawk, eagle. You know what I'm saying? Bak in the ancient Kemetic means hawk, eagle.
I thought Onambak was Thailand. Was from Thailand.
No. Well, I mean, see, Amun is the sun god. So when I say Amun Bak, that means the hawk and eagle of the sun god. The hawk and eagle of Amun. That's what I mean by Amun Bak. It's not Thai. Thai is Kemetic, ancient Egyptian. Because I've been a learner of ancient Kemetic culture since my mom taught me some of that stuff when I was a kid. You know, my mom taught me the education, culture side of life, and my uncle Slick, my uncle Lester taught me the street side of life, so to speak.
Okay. So other
Yeah.
than that, I'll definitely have them look at it and check it out. We'll see you guys later. Um, we'll see you guys later. Definitely email me. We'll try to set up a conversation and we'll see where it goes from here. I'm your host, BMT. Peace.